Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. I appreciate you being here. Many of you have come to me because you've seen all my national broadcasts. I have a whole team of former IRS agents on staff. You can see my team of characters, former IRS agents at me at 777irs.com. I do these videos for 3 reasons. Many times I give you insider information. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades. I've been doing this for 50 years. Don't I look good with all my gray hair? At the end of the day, I don't want you to get ripped off, and I like to educate people into helping them make a decision. Whether you use me or not, it's academic. I've got enough work. I truly do. I've been blessed by the Lord, so I do have enough work. So I'm just telling you the facts and the way that it is. So today, on this phone right here, I get so many calls from people who have been ripped off by big tax resolution companies. You can tell most of the big tax resolution companies because they're sponsored ads. If you're not familiar with sponsored ads and you pull up Google, the top 4 will say ad, A-D, then the next one ad, and then the bottom it'll be ad. People actually pay to have those positions. Google puts them there because Google collects money from them being there. It's not unusual if you click on the word tax attorney or IRS problem that when you make that click, that company is paying probably maybe $25 for you just to click whether you use them or not. So usually budgets on big tax resolution companies could be anywhere near $150,000 to $200,000 a month. Most of the ads that you see are national ads that appear on all the major marketing the programs throughout the United States. So what is it about big tax resolution companies that you have to know? Okay? As a former IRS agent and teaching instructor and getting the calls, there's a huge difference between a localized firm, someone like me, and a big company. They must charge a massive amount of money to do the same work. How does that all work? Very simple. They have a huge budget that they got to cover that $200,000 and not. Plus, they have to pay very seasoned and experienced professional salespeople reading from scripts, getting your information, and determining how much you can get. When you speak to that salesperson, they're so good. You think that they're setting you up with a bunch of IRS questions and what they want, but at the end of the day, they're sizing you up to find out what you can collect. This week, I had a call from a person who paid $40,000 to OmniTax. Don't know much about OmniTax. I just know they're really expensive, and I know they didn't do the work. Not only didn't they do the work, they stalled the case for a year. They submitted an offer and compromise that had no validity to it. And I have urged the company, this guy, who lives in Boca Raton, by the way, not far from me, to call the Attorney General in that state where Omni is to complain and to actually sue Omni for the work they did. Many people go ahead, and there's big companies that do this. It's just is not about Omni. What happens is you are sold a bill of goods many times for people saying that they can settle their tax debt for pennies on a dollar. I taught the offer and compromise program. Peter Salinger of my office have worked 2,500 offers and compromise. The two of us probably know IRS better than any 2 people in the United States. The problem is company after company make promises that say that they can do this and they can do that. Here's the bottom line. If you and when you call a company, you must speak to the person who's going to work your case. If you don't, how the hell do you know when you can trust a salesperson, a secretary, or someone else to tell you what's accurate? We at this company, we go ahead and take every call ourselves. We don't want you to get ripped off, and we don't take all cases. We can't, because sometimes we can't help a client or a customer that may call. We tell them what to do for free and have them go on their way. When you call a big company, if you don't want to get ripped off, ask to speak to an attorney, a CPA, or an enrolled agent. Those are the only people licensed to go ahead and speak on your behalf to IRS, and give them your current financial statement. That is what IRS expects from you. Either a 433F, a 433A, or if you're doing an offer, a 433A OIC. Let them look at that, and they should be able to tell you exactly what's going to happen to your case. If you can't speak to them and they can't tell you what's happening to your case by looking at that, hang up the phone and call someone who knows what they're doing. Don't get lied to and don't get deceived. Know the process of big companies so you don't get ripped off. If this information was good, I'd really appreciate you giving me a subscription and follow me on YouTube. I've got about, 6,000 subscribers. I thank you for every one of you. I thank you for the comments you leave me. Have a great night. Don't forget the subscription. Thank you.